Hey yo, what is going on you guys? Alejandro here and welcome back to another episode of Magayon. In this episode, we're going to be building the cargo harbor. But before we get started, make sure you've subscribed and click that bell notification so you'd be notified whenever I upload a brand new episode of Magayon and continue building the port after. Let's get started. So yeah, this is the first episode in building the port. I will not be completing the entire port area because this port area right here we're building is actually going to be two reclaimed land reclamations islands, two man-made islands, and this one that I'm building first is going to be it's going to be mostly cargo, but in real life, and the other one will also have cargo. But yeah, we're gonna make that into more historic, the older one. This is gonna be the newer one. In the lore of Magayon, this would be built by the Japanese during World War II or something. And yeah, I'm taking inspiration from the port of Manila, which is right here. Yes. As you can see, it's quite big, but since we're scaling this way down, I'm just taking the vibe of it. I'm not going complete with it. And yeah, a little bit of story for this other island right here. So those two like roads that I placed, this one and that other one, like breakwaters. Those are breakwaters. This island was actually built between two breakwaters, and then informal settlers lived in these islands, and now it's Baseco Island. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking that route of building slums in this part of the city, since the lore of Magayon is the rich people kind of live on the near the water and the poor people live on the outskirts because it's a capital city or something like that. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna make, like, instead of making taking inspirations from the real Baseco beach, I'm taking inspiration from this thing. Yes, this is the Pearl of Manila or something. It's a land reclamation that will go extend the Baseco Island, and it will be like that. It's just a plan. I don't think it's gonna happen soon, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing those. I'm gonna be going deep into that in upcoming episodes, but for now, let's focus on the cargo terminal. Now, I'm just building a little bit of this breakwater right here for the North Harbor, but actually it's the Western Harbor. This one is on the west, but in Manila is the northern harbor, so sometimes I get confused. I interchange them. Wow. But yeah, this is the breakwater. I'm making them smaller by using the node controller, and yeah, using these these breakwater rocks, which are wet from Strict Toaster. Yes, Strict Toaster hasn't been making a lot of videos lately. I think he's on break or something, and I kind of miss his videos. But yeah, anyways, getting back on the video. So yeah, also adding in this like concrete thing because it is what it is, and I'm also reconnecting the ship path so that they would enter, so that we could control, because yeah, it's like a deep sea port. It's man-made, so we have to like realign those things. And now I'm just measuring. I'm building like roads by measuring the widths of the container things. And yeah, this build actually took me like a lot of trials. I used moving assets, like vanilla assets. I was like searching the workshop for this and that, and I think this is after the 7th attempt. Yes, this is the 6th attempt. The 6th attempt. So after the 6th attempt, I just ended up with this thing, and those in the middle, I just use them as guides so that we can put the cargo port there. And I'm using these ploppable docks, which are customizable, because I don't want to use the vanilla ones because we don't actually have those like buildings connecting like to the docks, and then I'm just gonna use this one instead. And I forgot to record, but I actually placed the key there, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. It took me literally like developing this like episode was one of the longest ones, and yeah, I think I did pretty well on like after many failed attempts, because when you know what you did wrong, you can get it right next time. But it's not we're not sure, but we gotta work hard. But yeah, I'm changing them to one-way road so that traffic would flow smoother, And yeah, I'm future proofing it, but the traffic here is not going to be that high. I don't think so, because we don't have that many industries in the city. And yeah, we still have a very low population. As you can see, we're only like less than only 1,000 plus in people. I think I need to build more residential. And yeah, because this video, like, why did I do this video? Why is this video here when I need like people? It's because I created a poll, because I was building a city center like a few episodes ago, and I asked you guys on the poll whether or not I should build the Chinatown or the port of Magayon, and like 60% of you guys chose the port, and I'm like, okay, I think I can do the port. And then here I am, like 2 weeks later, like still not done with the port. And yeah, I think I can think like after like the many failed attempts, I actually know what I'm gonna do. I have like a strategy, a game plan on what's to happen next. And yeah, this is just the first of many episodes to focus on the port, because in this series we often like move about like on various different areas and we leave them unfinished, because that's just how it is. It's how my brain works. We get tired sometimes, but sometimes I want to get back to it. But yeah, now I'm just doing this port and copying and pasting these container car, I don't know, these things, the container cargo, but these are actually like warehouses in the DLC for industries, Cities Skylines Industries DLC. And I changed the goods to balanced. I changed the fill mode to balance and the goods to commercial goods, so that we don't get those like commercial goods not enough like information. But I actually don't see them anymore because I turned off the notifications. Yeah, so I'm not bothered with those problems anymore. We're just focusing on aesthetics, but sometimes I'm gonna be like bringing those up. And I actually removed the 100% what do you call this, high demand, like 24/7, like complete. So you'd see what we really need like a lot of residential. We have a lot of residential demand in the city, and I think in later episodes we are going to address that. But for now, I'm going to be having 2 episodes revolving around this cargo harbor, this main island, because we have a little bit of a smaller island right there connected to a train, but the train system of the city is still not complete. And if you guys have any suggestions on how to connect like the cargo trains and stuff, because we still have no a train network in the city, because in Manila we don't actually have like a train system. We only have the MRT and the LRT, and the subway is still under construction. And yeah, we're not that more of a train, but a long time ago we used to have like a lot of trains all across the Philippines, and we even have a train going through my hometown. But now it's just another rural road that people live in. And yeah, you just, with a weird tangent, now you're seeing me build up this, I diversify, change things up a little bit by removing some containers and then changing them up with assets, and then just making them look unique, because we don't want to get too bland, too of the monotonous vibes. We want to make it unique. And yeah, I'm using these network what they call these surface networks, and with a new update with network skins, I think, or the prop color changer, I can actually make them darker. So you'd see here that I would like make them darker, and this is a huge game changer, and I'm gonna be using them more in the future with like depending on what project we take on. Ooh, a chicken. It's 1 a.m. Why is there a rooster crowing? But anyways, like this is a huge game changer. Like the last few mods, like intersection marking tool, and yes, we can hear you. Yes, tuk tulaok. But anyways, yeah, now we are fixing up things and filling the vibe, checking the vibe so that everything would fill nicely. Don't mind the chicken. And yeah, I'm taking inspiration from the Manila port, so we have this like warehouses there in the sides. We're gonna be putting them later. And yeah, since we have like different height issues with different types of roads, and I just want to get over it, I placed another surface network, and these are like amazing, as I've said, and I'm just gonna put network intersection marking tool over them. And the great thing about intersection marking tool is that they actually, clip with the surface, and they're not like decals, which, move along the height, move around. So you can like place them however you like, and you're gonna be seeing the benefits of that later for a little bit of a trick on how to make like, not use decals in detailing, because we're going to be having the next episode is going to be focused more on detailing and finishing up the things in the next episode, because this one is just me laying things out and detailing a little bit, because I got a little bit what do you call this, out of control. No, not out of control, I got a little bit carried away. That's the word. I got a little bit carried away with detailing, as I normally do. And you guys have been pointing out that if I continue down the path of like the amount of detail in this city, my computer wouldn't be able to handle it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but sometimes a little bit of detail doesn't hurt the eyes, but it hurts the computer. So you comment down below. I'm highly asking. What do I keep saying highly? I would like to ask you, your opinion matters on this one, because why not? And I want to ask if I should detail this port more, or I should just keep it as is, because I also want to progress more in the series, and I think I did pretty well for this port. And if you guys have any suggestions on which part of this port I should detail more, or which lacks detail, comment them down below. And if you think that this port is just good as it is, like we hit the balance of not too much and just right, hit me up in the comments once again. And now you'd see what I was saying a while ago on using the intersection marking tool instead of decals. I'm using a 4-lane highway, and I'm using intersection marking tool, and then I'm putting double yellow lines, and then I'm putting the road below the surface. So yeah, very, very nice tip. So I just saved myself like how many yellow road decals, and I'm also using that here, the intersection marking tool, to detail up this thing right here, and I think it turned out pretty well. This part, the dock, I guess, it still lacks detail. It still needs some bit of like protection, like barriers, because I think the drivers might fall into the water, we never know. And yeah, this thing, I'm putting in these toll booths. These are electronic toll booths from Singapore. Yes. And I chose this because you wouldn't want like trucks to be stopping here, and these are just for security and to pay for how to get into the port. And the port is actually divided into this main port is actually divided into two. There is the northern port and the southern port. At the southern dock, the northern dock, here's a picture of it, if I can see. So this part is reserved. The road access here is only for this side, and the road access here is only for that side. And yeah, so now I'm doing the access point for the public access point, even though it's like tolled, because we're gonna have an expressway later on. This is for the northern dock of this western harbor. And yeah, we have 4 cranes or 3 cranes for here, because even though I'm expecting a lot of traffic, there's literally so little traffic going through here, because as I've said, the city is so small. Even though we have we're already on episode 30, but we still haven't done any. We're almost on episode 30, but we still haven't done any residential. So yeah, I'm just fixing those up, and I'm copying these keys all around. And I think this is a great time to share a little bit of an update. I said in a previous episode that at 2,000 subscribers we would be releasing the asset collection. Yes, I'm currently doing it. We actually reached 2,000 subscribers. Yes, congratulations to us. Wait, before that, this thing that I'm building here, this is the one. This is another access point for the southern harbor, because yeah, the 2 docks, the southern dock, because 2 docks, heavy traffic and all that kind of stuff. And this is going to be the access point to and from the elevated expressway, which we are going to be building in the later episodes. I mean, finishing off, but since I'm just gonna be like building it up like here in this episode, putting the road down, but not actually detailing it, not even putting pillars on it, because I just want to get like the layout out there. And yeah, speaking of 2,000 subscribers, yes, congratulations to us on 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much, and it would mean quite a lot if we could make it to 3,000, because I think that's long overdue. But anyways, now I'm just building this thing out, and I've said that I would be uploading once again the asset collection, but that's gonna take quite a long time. I'm still, I'm still cleaning up my asset collections, because I have subscribed to some assets that I don't use anymore, and I want to limit my asset usage, and I don't want to have too many assets, because as I said, I want this city to last longer. And speaking of lasting longer, you just saw me build that bridge, and that bridge is going to be connecting this cargo island with an exclusive residential island like the other one, Baseco, but instead of being slums, it's gonna be like a very rich place. I think it's gonna be Dubai-ish. Yes, it's gonna be modern, new, and nice. And yeah, that's that. I think I'm first going to be releasing it on Patreon, the asset list, earlier, like as soon as possible, because yeah, why not? And I still have to fix some things, and once the asset collection is actually ready, I'll be posting it publicly to everybody. And if you're gonna get early access to my asset collection, I think I already have it up on my Patreon page. The link of the Patreon is down below, so if you want to check it out early on, click the become a patron. I think tier 2 patrons are gonna have early access to them, or I think anybody on Patreon can have access to them, because I'm just gonna be releasing them publicly, so why not? Now you'd see me place down these warehouses. Now these warehouses are actually supposed to have blue roofs, and I can't have like literal blue roofs, so we'd see later how we did that. And now I'm struggling to build. I was struggling, yeah, as I always do, because of the scale of the city and the asset limitations. Why did I even make this too hard on myself? But yeah, it is what it is. I'm building the Port Authority area. The Port Authority, this is where the governing of the harbor stays at, so that's why they have like a helipad. And yeah, this is where, like, this also has blue roofs, but since we don't have blue, I can't change the roof only. The entire building was turned into blue. But you'd see me place down these Thai buildings by Palm's Time, and you can actually change the roofs of these buildings, and that's kind of nice. But some of the buildings, like these warehouses, wants you to change like the entire color of it. And yeah, now I'm just adding in a lot of parking. And yeah, this is as I said, it's a lot of it's mostly bare bones, like the detailing here. But after putting in the trees, I think I kind of like, yeah, it's done. But as I've said, if you guys want me to detail this more, if the people asks, I just might. Now you'd see me like change the entire building into blue, and what I did was I turned it into procedural object, and then I just changed the scale of it so that the only thing that would remain visible that is blue is the roof. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty nice. And yeah, a little bit of tips and tricks for you guys. So yeah, if you want to change the roof of a building, just copy it and make the other things smaller, but keep the roof a little bit higher. I think that only works on like triangular slopes or something, but I'm not sure. But if you want to try out, you'll see. And yeah, now we are like finishing off the detailing in the city, the basic detailing. We're not doing anything crazy, as you've seen. The craziness is going to happen on later episodes. But yeah, I'm adding in this like roof thingy, even though we don't actually need this because no person is staying here. It's all automatic. Yeah, it's all, what do you call this? Automated. Yeah, it's all automated. It's like super smart, even though, because it's not globe. If those Filipinos understand the joke, hit me up in the comments down below. But yeah, to add this like a little bit of detail, because in real life there's actually like roofs over those, because the toll booths are actually much larger, since the port here is quite small. And yeah, I just chose for the the smaller ones and the automatic ones to limit traffic congestion, and putting in fences, because if without fences, like why would you have like an industrial area without a fence? You need fences. That's why we even have like fences on the Industries DLC, because fences, yeah, they're amazing. Not me having nothing, not me having, yeah, not me having anything to talk about during the commentary. And I'm just adding in bits, patches of green, because yeah, even though, because the city is actually like a green city and a lot of greeneries in the city, this part is a stark difference to that. It has a lot of concrete because it's an industrial port. What do you expect? But on this side right here, we're gonna have a little bit more of greenery, since we don't have like container things. These are not like active places. These are mostly warehouses and where things are stored, like for long term, as compared to like shipping and stuff. That's why we have a lot of trees, and we're going to be adding more trees on the by the water, like across the road, like in the middle of that, like an island or a thing. And we're going to be adding trees there, but I think I use quite larger trees than I should have. I'm going to be changing that in the next episode for sure. That's been bugging me for the past few days. And yeah, I'm also adding in this green median, grass median in the middle, because in real life it has grass, and I also want to give it a little bit more greener, because you know it's just too green. And the city is, you know, is it's not located. It's like it's set in the 2030s, when like the climate crisis is like literally like the main decision making thing for everything that the people are choosing, how cities are planned, how everything is designed, architecture, and the shipping and stuff. So yeah, that thing there is like water storage. I don't know, those are just vanilla things, vanilla assets. And now I'm just adding in these details right here, these trees. And yeah, I think we did a lot of progress in this episode. That's what I can say. We did a lot of things on the bigger scale, on the wider scale, on the wider view of things. But going deeper, we still have a lot of potholes to cover up in this port. We have a lot of detailing to do. But yeah, I think we've actually reached the end of the video. It takes a lot of time, you know, making these videos, and I'm trying to push more videos, because you know that's how the algorithm likes it. And if you guys want to support how the algorithm, you know, support us in letting the algorithm know that we exist, like this channel, you know, we got this like thing going, consider giving this video a like if you like this video. If you don't, then just don't do anything, you know, don't do it. And if you really do like, leave a like, comment down below what you want to see next, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Only 30% of you guys, 30%, not percent, 30% of you guys are subscribed. So if you can subscribe and hit that bell notification as you should, that would mean a lot to me and a lot to us. Not only will you help me reach a wider audience, you can also reach the wider audience, connect to Magayon. And yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram, by the way, to see like closer looks of the city, a closer look, and early posts to the city, to the series, and all that kind of stuff, because I actually post some like sneak peeks on my stories. And so that's a little bit of that. And yeah, just adding in these lights, bringing life to the city. And yeah, this is Alejandro signing off. Bye. Yeah, singing with the music. Yeah, I actually have a new intro now, so I hope you enjoy this one. Bye.